Hi, my friends. I have two life hacks, recovery hacks I want to share today that are really simple and they've been said before, but I'm going to say them here in my own way in case that resonates with some people and can help you guys break out of some patterns that you want to break out of. So the first one is when in doubt, take action. One of the biggest things that can happen when we're in a limbic, in a stress response, whether we're in a freeze response, which also includes procrastination, and when we're also in a state where we're just so worried or spinning around something that the brain just keeps going. It's like your mind just keeps going to like the next best thing. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this. And it's like everywhere except here. You're out there. You're not here. You're not present to yourself. You're not actually in reality doing what you actually know the right thing to do is to make progress. And in those scenarios, it's so easy to believe the feeling that I should just, no, I don't want to. Let's just go on Facebook instead. Let's just sit around and eat some chocolate instead, or let me play one more game, or do some one more mindless thing that just distracts me from actually taking action in my life. Or the other thing, which is, just running from one thing to another, like a squirrel on caffeine and completely forgetting, who am I? What am I about? Why am I doing things to begin with? What is it I actually need to do to move in the direction I want to move in? Is to stop and just get in the habit of taking action towards what you actually want. So if you're in a more of a freeze state or procrastination state, as soon as you notice it happening, to just set a timer and do something to engage yourself in something that creates joy or positive neurochemistry. So joy, calm, laughter, engagement, mental stimulation, anything like that. And just really work at that for 5 minutes, because the more you tap into positive neurochemistry, dose chemistry, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, the more you connect to your true self, you feel motivated, you feel capable, you feel confident, you feel ready, you reconnect with your values as a person and what you want to do here. And that can really get you off on the right foot. But one of the biggest things is when we give in to the pattern, then that's what we're going to keep getting. So getting in the habit of getting up in even just 5 minutes, just starting with 5 minutes. And if you feel inspired to keep going after 5 minutes, keep going. Some examples are listening to your favorite song and dancing or singing, watching something really inspirational on YouTube for 5 minutes, watching something really beautiful, like watching someone create art. Like there's lots of videos of people creating all different kinds of cool art, or street dancing, or cooking something, or just all these really interesting, cool things. Just 5 minutes of something like that. And if you like that, do another one. Watching a 5-minute improvisation, what am I thinking of? Improv skit. And then if you like that one, watch another 5 minutes, and just until you get enough dose chemistry that you feel motivated and excited to do, the next thing on your to-do list. Get dressed, do some laundry, get ready for work, whatever that, if you're in recovery, do a practice round, whatever it is that you need to do. One of the things I want to draw your attention to with both these patterns, whether your brain is going out there and just hunting for the next best thing, or whether you're just like, no, I don't want to do anything, is that it's trying to protect you from change. Because your limbic system, your limbic part of your brain, this survival mechanism, protective mechanism in your brain, thinks that change is dangerous. It thinks that change, it really believes that that the ego is real, and if we let go of our old identity and we actually change as a person, that you're going to die. That's literally how it perceives, as a very inaccurate, young perspective of what it is to be human. And so it's protecting you from change, and it's also protecting you from responsibility. Because if we stay frozen and we don't do anything, or we keep running around acting like we're doing something without actually accomplishing anything, we are excusing ourselves from taking responsibility for our lives. And that's one of the things I can tell you the limbic brain is most afraid of, is actually having to be held accountable for our life choices. The secret is, you're already alive. So if you're wasting time, as it is anyways, it's not like you're not responsible for that. The limbic system thinks if we hide behind this protective mechanism, and I'm just, just, you can't see me, I'm not here, then you can escape that responsibility. But that's not how reality works. That's not actually how life works. So recognizing that and realizing that when you take responsibility, you get the power that comes with it. And that's where you can create a life for yourself where you love your life and you can embrace change as a friend and help this protective young part of your brain to realize that change is a positive and start to change that association so that you're free to achieve your potential and do the things you actually want to do with your life before you don't have any more time left, right? So it's changing it. Instead of saying that change is the risk, we're saying not changing is the risk. I don't want to run the risk of staying here. I don't want to stay stuck in one place my whole life. I don't want to be who I was when I was 23 my whole life. I want to move on. So I want to become who I'm meant to be. I want to grow up. I want to mature. I want change. I want responsibility. I want growth. So that can help when you address that and realize that there is a purpose to the procrastination. There's a purpose to the productive procrastination, whichever one, whether it's freeze or sympathetic, there's a purpose. And so addressing that and having that heart-to-heart with this part of yourself and helping it to understand that it's safe to change and it doesn't mean death. It just means growth and life and more joy and more fulfillment. So that's the first thing, is take action. When in doubt, take action. Get in the habit of taking action and make sure that you are clear with that part of yourself on the fact that it's safe to do so. The other thing that we all like to do, not us, but our again, another protective thing. So again, this is your brain trying to protect you from something that the brain has this pattern of playing stupid. And I think it's quite funny, but it's pretending we don't know what to do, so that we don't have to take responsibility for doing it. So we don't actually have to do the hard things and change the patterns that actually need changing and actually face the music of like, what's really going on in my life? Do I really need to change something big? It's trying, the brain, this part of our brain is protecting us from facing the harsh reality of life. But all that does is keep us from living our lives. It doesn't actually protect us from anything. It just keeps us stuck in a state where we're not really alive and we're not really moving towards a life that's maybe more fulfilling. We have to face what's really happening in order to change it. So, but it comes across as this feeling of, well, I don't know what to do. Yeah, you do. You do know what to do. Something inside of you always knows what to do. And sometimes the first step is just saying, I trust that I know what to do, even though right now I don't know what that is. And move towards, again, that state of connection to self, that state of calm, that state of joy, that state of peace, of flow. Do something that puts you in flow, and you'll be able to connect to the part of yourself that does know exactly what to do and realizes, okay, it's very serious. I'm taking responsibility. I'm growing up. I'm saying, yeah, I do know what to do, and I have the courage and I have the maturity to face it and to do it. And that can be a really big thing. So having compassion for yourself is very helpful here as well. But recognizing that kind of chicken with the head cut off running around, I don't know what to do, is another, it's a protective mechanism to prevent us from actually having to change something that might be big. And it may not be. Sometimes it's not that big of a deal, but usually it requires effort and sacrifice, and that we actually change a pattern for real and let go of this old identity, let go of this part of ourselves that like to pretend that being immature and egotistical served us somehow. And it's like, nope, that actually never served me. I was growing up and that was who I was then, and I don't want to be that person anymore. And I'm not afraid to say goodbye to this old version of me. That's not who I am at my core. That was who I was then when I was in that stage of life. We're done with that now. And I'm not going to die by letting this part of me go. I will still be here. So those are the two patterns, one of procrastination and playing stupid is what I call it, that are really just your brain trying to protect, your limbic system trying to protect you from change. So I offer these, again, this is helpful for life in general and or recovery, but I think understanding what's happening behind the scenes with these patterns can give us the information that we need to be able to address it properly. If you just address the surface pattern, you're probably not going to get anywhere, because it's more of, you have to show that brain that you're like, I see what you're doing. I'm not doing that anymore. And that's when the change will stick and you will be liberated from those patterns permanently. So that is my offering for you today, my friends. I hope this helps, and I love you all, and I'll see you soon. Mwah!